This season, Parker Schnabel is on the edge. Every decision, every move, feels like it could make or break him. And the biggest risk is acquiring Dominion Creek. The stakes couldn't be higher. The land was a gamble, $15 million on the line, but beneath that earth was untold wealth. It was a huge risk, but Parker knew something most didn't. The bigger the gamble, the bigger the reward. In the world of gold mining, that's the name of the game. But this wasn't just about finding gold. It was about testing his limits, pushing past every doubt, and going after something bigger than ever before. Parker's always chasing gold, but this time it's different. This could change everything, not just for him, but for the future of gold mining itself. Could Parker's bold move be the one that transforms it all? Gold hunting is never easy. It's a constant fight against nature, time, and the land's hidden secrets. For Parker, this season was no different. After weeks of searching barren land that seemed totally empty, something incredible happened. He stumbled upon a discovery no one saw coming: Mud Mountain. Like it's supposed to be really good gold, but it is 50 feet deep. Some of it's 60 feet deep. And that's 40-50 grand a day just doing stripping, and the bills keep coming in. And right now, we're only seeing at the airstrip. This wasn't just another stretch of land. It was a gold mine that had been missed by everyone else, an untouched treasure, just waiting to be found. What was once thought to be a dry, dead spot turned out to hold more gold than anyone imagined. When Parker's team ran tests, the results were jaw-dropping. In just a few days, they pulled out 55 pounds and 55 of gold, one of the biggest hauls in gold rush history. Even Parker, who's seen a lot of gold come out of the earth, was stunned. This wasn't just any discovery. So why had this land been abandoned? Was it a simple mistake? Or was there something even bigger buried beneath the surface? Parker trusted his gut, and it led him to a jackpot. And as he and his team kept pulling out gold, they couldn't help but wonder, was this just the beginning of something massive? Parker Schnabel didn't just step into the mining world. He jumped in headfirst while most his age were figuring out their next steps. Parker was already deep in the tough, brutal world of gold mining. His approach, different, smarter, calculated. He wasn't just looking for gold. He was hunting for success. People doubted him. They thought a young guy like him couldn't handle the tough side of the industry. But Parker wasn't about to let anyone define him. So 172 and another solid 300. So for the week, we got 611.35 ohms, worth over 1.22 million. He let his actions speak louder than words. Over the years, he built something huge. Every dollar he made went right back into his operation. Unlike other miners who cashed in and lived the high life, Parker kept his eyes set on the future. His goal was to grow, to get bigger claims, better equipment, and more technology. And it paid off. Now he's one of the most successful miners out there, proving that with hard work, smart choices, and a relentless drive, anything is possible. This season, Parker made a huge gamble. It could either make his legacy or leave him broke. He bought Dominion Creek for $15 million. That was a big risk. But there was something about this place. They believed there was $160 million worth of gold buried there. The payoff could be huge. But first, he had to get it right. At first, things looked bad. The gold wasn't coming out as expected. Yields were low. The operations seemed like it might fail. But Parker didn't give up. He pushed harder. He changed his strategy and stayed focused. Slowly, things started turning around. By the end of the season, Parker had pulled out 7,381 ounces of gold worth $11.5 million. It was a record-breaking haul. The gamble paid off. But this wasn't just luck. It was Parker's hard work, his drive, and his refusal to quit. He showed why he's one of the best at what he does. The risk was huge, but Parker proved that when he takes a chance, he knows how to win. Gold mining, despite its incredible potential for wealth, is not an easy road to travel. The costs are staggering, the risks are high, and the margin for error is razor thin. To extract just 1 ounce of gold, Parker and his crew have to move enough dirt to fill half an Olympic swimming pool. And that's just the beginning. Fuel alone can cost up to $2 million per season. and that's before considering the other costs of labor, equipment, and maintenance. The mining season is short, meaning that every moment lost to downtime can equate to hundreds of thousands of dollars in lost revenue. A single mistake, a faulty piece of equipment, or a poor decision could have disastrous consequences for the entire operation. Success in this business is about more than just finding gold. It's about being smart, making the right investments, and running an efficient operation. This is the kind of business that demands your full attention, your focus, and your willingness to do whatever it takes to stay ahead of the competition. Even with all the success and gold pouring in, Parker Schnabel's journey hasn't been without its struggles, especially when it comes to balancing his personal life. When Ashley Yulee joined Gold Rush in 2016, she quickly became a big part of Parker's life. Fans got to see their relationship grow on screen, and it seemed like they were in it for the long haul. But by season 9, Ashley was no longer around, and the reason was clear. Parker's obsession with mining had taken over his focus on gold, and running his operation left little room for anything else, especially a relationship. Parker knew this wasn't sustainable. Despite all the success he had with his mining, he realized he was losing something more important. After a lot of thinking, he made the tough decision to part ways with Ashley. It wasn't easy, but he knew she deserved more than he could give her while he was so wrapped up in his work. In the end, Parker learned a hard truth: chasing gold comes with a cost, and sometimes that cost is something you can't get back. Parker's ambitions have never been limited to just the Yukon. As his operations continued to grow, he began expanding his reach to other parts of the world. Little flake mining. Parker's company secured exclusive rights to a 3.44-mile stretch of gold claims at Australia Creek in the Yukon. The ground there was believed to hold millions of ounces of gold, another massive opportunity for Parker's expanding empire. Parker also expanded into other countries, including Australia, New Guinea, and Guyana. His influence in the mining world is undeniable, and while gold mining has made Parker a wealthy man, his business savvy has ensured that he's not just sitting on his fortune. He's using it to build something much bigger. In 2022, Parker's commitment to sustainable mining practices was recognized when he was awarded the Robert E. Leakey Award for responsible mining. This recognition reinforced his reputation as a leader not just in gold mining, but in the larger conversation about responsible resource extraction. As if Parker Schnabel's success in the Yukon wasn't enough, he wasn't ready to stop. No, this season, he took a massive leap straight into the heart of South America. And let's just say the stakes were about to get a whole lot higher. The challenges here were nothing like what he had faced before. The terrain was brutal, impossibly steep, thick with jungle, and nearly impossible to navigate. The conditions unforgiving to say the least, and yet Parker didn't back down. In fact, he thrives when the pressure is on. If anyone was going to face the odds stacked against him, it was Parker. What was the goal of this risky new venture? A jaw-dropping $100 million in gold, buried in some of the toughest, most inaccessible mines on the planet. This was no small feat. The odds were stacked against him, and the risks were greater than ever. But let's be honest, when has Parker ever let that stop him? Every new venture Parker takes seems to raise the bar. It's not just about finding gold, it's about pushing limits and making bold moves that would make others hesitate. And with his ability to adapt, think on his feet, and take chances, Parker keeps proving that he's not just a miner, he's a visionary. So could this latest discovery in South America be the game changer that takes him to new heights? One thing's for sure, Parker Schnabel is far from slowing down. He's just getting started.